I thought Nap set the tone. Coming off 4 days rest, we thought based on the fall, we thought he was going to be a weekend starter, and he just had a bad preseason. Tells you how much sometimes the preseason can really, really mean, and how much different it is for some kids when another uniform goes out there. So I thought he was outstanding. I thought Pry was much better. He made that one mistake and he walked the guy, but stuff was sharper. Our relievers were outstanding. They scored those 2 runs with 1 ball leaving the infield. That's just baseball, and a really tough play by Vanderbrake. So I told him, don't be too hard on yourself on that play. That's a tough play, and I think he'll make it most of the time. But I thought we defended really, really well. That's the first thing that I look at. And then obviously some big swings of the bat. Vandy hit 2 jacks, right, and 5 RBIs. So, there's a lull there where we're just under the ball a little bit. But if you know the game of baseball, that's just hitting, and you just got to keep getting guys on, keep getting them on. I thought the biggest at bat of the day was Patty in the 2nd inning with 2 outs getting on base. And we've done a good job of that, especially throughout the order, not letting a pitcher have too many 1-2-3s. As a matter of fact, the most 1-2-3s we've had probably all year is 1-2-3 in our order for some reason, but that's gonna get better. So all in all, I'm pleased. I thought their pitcher that they started today had an ACC caliber, really good arm. I was like, man, this kid's on, and we waited him out and got to him.
Nat's role going forward?
Say that again?
Nat's role going
Sunday.
forward?
Yeah, he'll stay
He'll
on
stick
Sunday.
in Sunday.
Yeah, right now. I mean, we could, but Beauvais has been mighty good. We feel really good that Peterson, and we kind of have a 2-headed monster if we need it as a closure, and you could also throw Poston in there. He's been really good, and that split is hard to see, and he's got the high spin on his fastball. But between Poston, Peterson, and Matthias, we feel like we have 3 guys at the back end that can strike you out. They're throwing strikes that are different looks. So right now, we'll keep Beauvais on Saturday and Nap on Sunday.
Poston, I think teams are now 2 for 27 against
Yep.
him on the year. Seems like
Yeah.
he's kind of quietly just getting the job done. And just kind of,
Yep.
what do you guys really like about him?
Yeah, Coach Gaines saw him, recruit him out of Flo Darlington. And he was pretty raw when he got here. His command wasn't that great, but he had a good arm. And he still hasn't shown the velo that we have actually seen. He's been up to 94, 95, and that's going to come. But he's backed off a little bit, just learning how I got to command his own and stuff like that. But then he added the split per Coach Gaines because he didn't have it. And then Pry taught him his slider because he came in one day and all of a sudden he said, I got a slider today. And we were like, well, we'll call it, and it worked. That's the way it works, kind of amazing. So he's been good for us, and that's you need that. When you got new guys and you're not sure. And I thought Dalton Pence was outstanding at the end. And he's one of our best pitchers as well.
Yeah. You talk about the top of the order. I mean, Colby setting up the top of the order. And the first 4 were just so productive today.
A buddy of mine asked me this morning, was I worried about Vance? And I was quick to say, absolutely not. It's too early, and I've been around this game a long time, and hitting's hard. And I tell our guys all the time, you're going to have really hard stretches. As a matter of fact, you might be 1 for your last 19. So what are you doing to keep yourself on the field? Are you playing defense? But those guys, they're so dangerous, especially 1-2. And now Vanderbrake is really starting to show what we thought he could be, but we just didn't see him enough. Coach Weir saw him enough to thought he could really defend, but his numbers were pretty good with that wooden bat, and now he's got that metal bat in his hand, and he's gotten stronger in our weight room, and he can do some damage. And he's done it not just on fastballs, he's also hit hanging breaking balls.
So anybody who thought that maybe the few home runs were a fluke, he kind of dispensed that today.
I noticed in the preseason, like, he looked really good in BP, and his bat looked really quick, and I thought, okay, he's going to be to turn around fastballs. And I thought he came back ready. He's from Washington, so he's at home a long time. But I feel like he's gotten stronger in our program in the weight room, and that's helped him as well. He came in here as a shortstop and had some shoulder stuff, and we got that straightened out. So I'm happy for him because he's a worker, man. Like, he's a yes sir, no sir type kid and does everything right. And those kids a lot of times in our program get rewarded. But he's also a baseball player. He can drop a bunt down. He can do the little things. He can run the bases. So that kind of helps us stabilize him behind. And honestly, I really like a right-handed hitter, if at all possible, behind those 2 guys because they're base stealers. And I was a catcher, it's a little harder to throw to third base with a right-handed hitter. But I've been hoping somebody can emerge in there, and I feel good about him being in that spot.
You talked yesterday about maybe some of the quality of the bats kind of fading off there a little bit down the stretch, and today for them to kind of come back and do it for an entire game, and just kind of how encouraging is it to see that sort of response right away.
Yeah, well, Coach Worsbicky met with him the day before the game, and I noticed a little bit. It's probably on me some. I noticed in BP a little lackadaisical yesterday, but we talked about it after the game too. Like, okay, let's prepare the right way, and great teams don't give away at bats, no matter what the score is. And at the end, that was an example of Colby and Honeycutt. And then Horvath got a pitch to hit. He was just a little bit early, but we challenged each other. And then I told him flat out, like, we've got really good depth. So if you decide you want to give an at bat away, we'll just give somebody else that at bat. And that's a good thing because you got guys trying to get in there. And you look at a guy like Austin Hawk who started. We know he's a good player, and he steps in there and makes the most of his opportunity today.
Have you ever had a big inning ignited by somebody getting picked off?
Well, the delay on Colby.
Yeah.
Well, that was. I don't want to let you know all of our tricks, but that was a play we put on to hope that they would throw the ball to second base so we could score at least one run. And it worked, and then Colby found a way to be safe, and then Vance made him pay for it.
So it's a planned double steal, or how's that? How
It's a
would you
special
classify
play.
that?
I can't tell you about it.
Special
Special
unnamed
UNC.
play.
Yeah, unnamed play. Because we'll pull it out again for sure. We have a couple of them.
So you wanted him to get picked off.
Yeah. Well, I wanted him to delay and draw a throw. I wanted the catcher to throw the ball all the way to second base because where they were playing, shortstop couldn't get there, and the second baseman was playing on the grass. So we knew if the ball got past the pitcher's head, that Patty would be able to walk in. So it's a play that you work on. Just don't write too much about it, please.
It's on tape.
I know. Don't give it to the Wolfies. We good?
Coach?
10 o'clock tomorrow morning?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See you guys.
Thank you.
Vandy.
Jackson, I know you said you aren't looking for the power. That one of your late at bats, it looked like you were looking for it on the first pitch.
I mean, maybe a little bit. He got me out front with a changeup, which might have made it look that way. I'm sticking true to that, though. I'm not necessarily trying to, but I did get a little big there for sure.
But the groove that you've continued to stay on. Talk about your mentality going to the plate these days.
Yeah, I mean, my approach hasn't necessarily changed. I'm just trying to. You're going to get mistakes. I just want to hit one hard, and it's going pretty well at this point. There's also things that I'm not doing real well. So, I mean, I'm just going to keep working and hopefully, keep getting better.
Keep hearing from your former teammates?
I am, yeah. I'm in touch with a lot of them pretty much every day.
Is there, you talked about that the other day, about how they've been blowing you up a little bit,
Yeah.
with the power surge and stuff. Is there one person in particular who's especially been hitting you up for?
Not really. It's been kind of spread out. I'm hearing from different guys. Some guys a lot, I guess. I have heard from my head guy over there a couple of times, and he has the same questions. Where's this coming from? Where was that at? But yeah, I mean, I'm hearing from everybody, which is great. I love that.
But I believe you've already driven in as many runs as you drove in last season. So it's not just the power; it's the coming through with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, I actually didn't know that. That surprised me a little bit. I would have thought if you had asked me, I would have had more than that. But that's a good thing. Keep it going.
Do you feel that offense is contagious with the top four batters all seeing the ball really well, getting on base, getting good pitches to hit?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. We're going to go up there more and more confident the more, balls are hit hard. So you're going to go up there saying, I'm going to do that too. It also, a big part of that is just how capable our lineup is, 1 through 9, plus guys on the bench. I mean, we all can do it. But I think that's definitely a thing. You see the guy in front of you hit a ball hard, and you kind of think to yourself, you're going to do that too.
How excited are you for the ACC slate to start?
We're definitely looking forward to it. Got a couple before then that we got to take care of. But yeah, I mean, it'll be fun. It's going to be competitive, and yeah, we're definitely looking forward to that.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thomas, first 4-hit game of your career. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's all you got to say about it?
Yeah, that was good. Feels good.
Well, what about the top of the order? Colby kind of setting you four guys up, and today all four of you guys were just hopping.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we try to do. I mean, we got guys all in the lineup. We're trying to have good at bats, and those good at bats lead to information. So we're just constantly giving each other information about the pitcher. So we go up there with a plan and execute that plan.
Well, I mean, with that much talent at the top of the order, do you get more pitches to hit?
Yeah, definitely. Like I was telling someone the other day, I liked hitting in front of Berto because people have to come at me. They can't just pitch around me because they got to deal with that after me. So definitely.
Kind of expanding on that a little bit. I mean, you talked about 1 through 9, but between Patty and Colby, just as difficult as they are to pitch to, I mean, like, I think Colby's now 15 walks, 2 strikeouts, and Patty does kind of the same thing and also hits well as well.
Yeah.
Colby does too. And just those two, just how important are they to what you guys are able to do offensively?
Yeah, super important. I mean, their plan when they go up to the plate is they have one job and they're going to have good at bats and see as many pitches as they can. Of course, they're going to put some good swings on the ball too. But their job, they know, is going to have good at bats and try to turn the lineup over.
Can you talk about what you saw from Knapp today?
Yeah, I thought he looked really good, especially off 4 days of rest. Fastball was live. Off speed looked good. He looked really good.
Coach was talking about with Poston, he had that splitter over the offseason, and he also came back and developed a slider that he said was Nick's slider.
Yeah.
How similar is that slider to Nick?
It's close. It's getting there. It's not as hard yet, but it definitely could be if they keep working on it. It was pretty funny, the story about that. I don't know if y'all know, but it was like right before he came in, he was like just got it in the pen. So it's pretty funny.
When was that?
Oh gosh, what game was it? It was last week at some point. It was right before he came in. They were working on it as soon as he came in, and he threw, and he was like, "It feels pretty good." And told Coach Gaines, and we threw it like 3 or 4 times, and it was good. So.
I mean, you know, your third year here. I mean, have you seen somebody's arsenal transform so much in such a short amount of time?
No, never. That was a quick. I didn't like. He never threw it in the fall. Every time I called him, so when he came in, he was like, "Hey, we're gonna throw a slider today." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Make sure you throw it to me in warm ups." So I've never seen it. So.
I mean, you talked the other day about, you know, you got off to a really strong start last year. Just, you know, this year being able to continue it. Kind of what is the key to being able to continue it? You would say?
I mean, not getting too high, getting too low, just kind of staying steady. I was talking with Coach Weirs the other day, this morning. Like, I didn't have a good day yesterday, but just kind of sticking with it, not really getting high or low, just sticking with the plan.
Can you talk about how Coach Weirs prepares y'all to be able to see balls, have a high base on ball versus K ratio, and then get pitches to hit?
Yeah, I mean, we worked so hard during the week with the machines we got back there, and just making sure, like, if we're facing the machine and it's like high velo, like, we're not swinging at everything. Like, we're still trying to get our pitch, treating it like it's a game.
How much do you think, I mean, you know, 1 through 9 again, I mean, this is a pretty veteran lineup. I mean, how much do you think that also kind of helps into that, just everybody kind of buying into that approach?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the older the guys are, the more experienced, it just helps. I mean, we got some young guys that I think are going to be really good for us and help us a lot, but you can't beat experience.
Good.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Thank
Thanks,
you all.
Fredo.